Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Uh,
Today we're looking at something pretty interesting.
yeah.
I was reading Fortune Well and came across this piece with Tim Spector,
Right.
the gut health expert.
Yeah, epidemiologist.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yeah, he's great.
And he really hit on this point that I thought was such a good way to frame,
Okay.
how to think about what we're eating.
Interesting.
So basically the whole article was about what's the #1 nutrition mistake you see Americans making?
Huh. Okay, so what's the biggest thing people are messing up?
Yeah, and it's so simple, but it's
Well,
it makes you think.
yeah, I'm intrigued.
So just real quick, for anyone who might not be familiar with him, Tim Spector, he's a researcher. He's written a bunch of books
Yeah.
about gut health and the microbiome and how what we eat, affects.
Right. Yeah, he's like a leader in that whole area.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we wanted to kind of pull out this one key takeaway for you guys.
Okay, let's hear it.
So basically, he's saying that the biggest mistake isn't necessarily about, obsessing over calories
Right.
or one specific nutrient.
Okay.
It's something way bigger.
Okay, I'm listening.
He talks about really focusing on the bigger picture of what we're eating.
All right.
I'm trying to remember the exact quote, but he says something like,
Yeah.
what does your plate look like?
Huh. That's interesting. So it's not about the specific numbers, it's like taking a step back.
Yeah, and thinking about the visual,
Oh, okay.
is it just a big pile of beige food?
Uh-huh. Right.
Or there are a bunch of different colors and textures?
Okay, so he's talking about the variety and the balance of foods.
Exactly, and you know how he always talks about how important that is for gut bacteria?
Yeah, like eating lots of different plants to feed all the different microbes in there.
Yeah, and I feel like that's something people can miss.
It's true. You could be hitting your macros perfectly, but still not having a diverse diet.
Totally.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a different way to approach it.
Interesting. And, I think a lot of the dietary advice out there focuses on what not to eat.
Yeah.
Avoid this, avoid that.
Right.
But he's saying, what should be there.
Yeah, if you think about a classic,
Right.
American dinner plate,
Mm-hmm.
it's like this big piece of meat, and then
A tiny little portion of vegetables, maybe.
yeah, exactly. And it's like, okay, well, what if that was flipped?
So instead of counting every little gram of sugar or fat or whatever, you're just looking at, is this a bunch of whole foods?
Yeah. And is there a good mix of stuff?
I like that it's so simple.
It is, right.
So for our listeners, when you look at your plate,
Yeah.
what does that tell you?
Yeah, what's the visual?
Is it mostly processed stuff?
Right.
Or is there a rainbow of fruits and veggies?
And I think that's so cool because it takes the focus away from these
Mhm.
complicated rules.
Yeah,
And it just makes you pay more attention to what you're actually choosing.
totally. It's like a mindfulness thing.
Yeah, just aiming for more
Yeah.
whole, unprocessed food.
And it's not about being perfect every single time,
Of
right?
course not.
It's just that consistent check-in.
Yeah.
Wait, what does this actually look like?
Yeah.
And then you can adjust from there.
So to sum it all up,
Okay.
Spector's main takeaway is that we're so focused on tiny details
Yeah.
that we forget to look at the big picture.
The composition.
Yeah, like he says.
What does your plate look like?
And that's such a powerful question.
It's simple, but it makes you think.
Yeah.
So as you're going about your day,
Mhm.
take a second at your next meal and just observe.
Really look at what's in front of you.
Yeah, and ask yourself, is this
Mhm.
is this a plate that supports my health?
And I think the really cool thing is that
Yeah.
just by shifting your focus to that,
Right.
you might naturally start making
Oh.
healthier choices.
Maybe you'll add an extra serving of veggies.
Exactly.
Or swap out the white rice for some quinoa.
Yeah, and it all starts with that simple question.
What does your plate look like?
So we'll leave you with that to ponder.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.